All right, my husband and I recently decided to watch The Prom on Netflix, and while it was certainly entertaining, there are a few aspects I would like to discuss. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Performance Perspective, where we watch different performances and then we share our perspectives. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cara Darling, and if you're not, welcome back. The Prom is a musical that follows a group of Broadway actors as they travel to a small town in Indiana to support Emma Nolan, a lesbian high school student. Emma faces resistance from the school's PTA when she expresses her desire to take her girlfriend to prom. The actors see this as an opportunity to revive their own careers and improve their public image. As the actors get involved in Emma's struggle, they confront their own personal challenges and prejudices. Their goal is to change the conservative mindset of the townspeople and make a positive impact on Emma's life. Throughout the journey, they learn important lessons about acceptance, love, staying true to oneself. The Prom was released on Netflix in 2020 during its lockdown period and is directed by Ryan Murphy. Given Murphy's background with the show like Glee, I expected to see some similarities in terms of visual style and presentation. In this case, it made sense as both Glee and The Prom revolve around high schoolers. The cast of the show is filled with well-known actors, and while their star power was a bit distracting for me, I have a tendency to struggle with separating the artist from the art. However, if I focus on the characters rather than the performers, they all did a commendable job. Let's discuss the cast and their performances individually. First, Meryl Streep's portrayal of Dee Dee Allen felt like an exaggerated and slightly meaner version of Patti LuPone. Streep is known for her roles in movie musicals like Mamma Mia and Into the Woods, and she delivered a great singing performance showcasing an improved mix-to-belt range. Streep has the ability to fully embody the soul of every character she portrays, evident in a scene where Dee Dee Allen opens up to Barry about her painful divorce. The camera stays on Streep as she softly tears up, displaying the depth of her acting skills. I mean, it's no wonder she's an Oscar winner. Nicole Kidman, who has previous musical experience in Moulin Rouge and Nine, played Angie Dickinson, a chorus girl with dreams of playing Roxy Hart in Chicago. I enjoyed her main number, Jazz, where she brought Broadway musical theater techniques to the forefront with her facial expressions. I know, I don't think she's doing as much Botox, and I appreciate that. It's looking good, girl. But yeah, like I said, I was enjoying her facial expressions and her vocal inflections. However, I must be honest and say that her dancing felt a bit short. I felt that if the performance were on stage, it would require bigger movements, including fan kicks and typical chorus girl dance techniques. Considering the character's reference to Fosse, who is known for his meticulous choreography, the performance lacks some of that precision. I say precision, okay. Moving on to James Corden, who portrayed Barry Glickman, a flamboyant Broadway actor. One funny line Barry delivers is his desire to win a Tony, which struck a chord since Corden is the only cast member who actually won one. However, I wasn't particularly fond of his portrayal as I felt he leaned into stereotypical tropes of a gay man, somewhat rainbow fishing his voice. I don't have an issue with actors portraying sexual orientations different from their own, as long as it's done in a respectful manner. For example, I appreciate Stanley Tucci's portrayal of Nigel in The Devil Wears Prada and Sean in Burlesque. In Corden's case, his performance felt mediocre and just okay. I would have preferred someone like Neil Patrick Harris, or even better, Titus Burgess in the role. I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to mention a few other notable performances in the musical. Andrew Rannells, Keegan-Michael Key, although, he seemed young for the role. Ariana DeBose, Kevin Chamberlain, and Kerry Washington all impressed me. Kerry Washington in particular surprised me with her performance. Now let's talk about Jo Ellen Pellman, who played Emma. Unfortunately, I wasn't a fan of her performance. While she has a beautiful voice, I felt that I didn't really get to know Emma as a character. What bothered me was that she seemed to be smiling for the majority of the show. While this may not seem like a big deal, it didn't visually convey the struggles Emma faces due to persecution. In the song Dance With You, I felt that Jo Ellen simply sang the song without creating a meaningful conversation with her girlfriend, Alyssa Green. It came across as if Emma was somewhat delusional and naive, while she was actually being bullied by her high school and hometown. Instead of just singing the song, I wish her character was focusing on the gravity of the situation, and her motive should have been to soothe and help Alyssa focus on the simple goal of dancing together at prom. Consequently, I found myself annoyed with Emma rather than cheering her on. It felt like there wasn't much of a character arc for her. I also found the song Love Thy Neighbor a bit weird. Hear me out. While I understand the intention of highlighting the hypocrisy of pick and choose Christians who selectively follow the Bible, the visuals of a grown man talking to high schoolers about virginity, self-pleasures, and going to hell felt creepy when portrayed on film. It might have worked better on stage, where we tend to be, more forgiving. Compared to a show like Kinky Boots, which I recommend checking out that episode, The Prom feels more surface level and predictable. I like to call these color by number musicals. Despite these critiques, I do recommend watching The Prom on Netflix. It is entertaining, carries an important message, and features dazzling costumes, to say the least. It's almost as if someone asked Ryan Murphy, "How much sparkle do you want?" and he responded, "Yes." I would love to hear your thoughts about The Prom and engage in a discussion about this musical. If you're passionate about musicals and enjoy diving into their intricacies, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated on future episodes. Let's keep the conversation going. Lastly, if you had a prom-posal, I'd love to hear the story. And without further ado, take care, darling.